Executive Cabinet Member for Culture, and we're opening the meeting, which will be recorded when Vicky advises us, and I'll do the housekeeping if that's okay, Vicky, and then we'll follow through the agenda. And just to note that everybody's had the documentation sent to them prior.
Yeah, and we are recording now.
Brilliant, thank you. So afternoon, everybody, to the Executive Cabinet Member for Culture. I'm Councillor Rabia Jiva, stepping in for Councillor Nadeem Ayub. Agenda item has been circulated and 5 documents, i.e. reports, have been sent, 4 of which Janet's going to work through as I propose to go. Just before we start, if we can do some introductions, please. So can we go to, I'm just no particular order, just literally going through the screen. Hilary, please, could you just introduce yourself, please?
I'm Hilary Fairclough, Councillor for Astley Bridge Ward.
Thank you. Karen Hahn.
Hi, I'm sorry, I am now. Sorry, I was just, I've got year 11 in the other room, so they're still revising, sorry. So Karen Hahn, Councillor for Great Lever, and I shadow Nadeem as a Cabinet Member.
Brilliant. Gary?
Hello, everybody. Councillor Gary Venus from the Smithills Ward.
Brilliant. Samantha?
Hi, yeah, it's Councillor for Horridge.
Brilliant. And can we go to the officers, Lee?
Yeah, afternoon, everyone. Lee Fellows, Director of Corporate Resources at Bolton Council.
Thank you. Janet?
Hi, I'm Janet Pollard. I'm Head of Finance for Bolton Council.
Brilliant. And Vicky?
Yeah, I'm Vicky Ridge and I'm the Democratic Services Manager, and I'm taking the minutes of the meeting.
Thank you. Okay, so members, if we can just bear with me, my documents there. Okay, so Montreal Executive Cabinet Member decisions which were enclosed and circulated. Can we agree on that, Vicky? Is that what we need to go through?
Yeah, it's just there for noting, and just to also say that the 2 items from Director of Place on the finance reports for Q3 and Director of Corporate Resources finance report for Q3 can now come off because they've been completed.
Okay, that's fine. And then agenda item 2, Director of Place Finance Report 2023 to 2024, final outturn enclosed. Janet, are you talking us through this particular one?
I am, thank you.
Thank you.
No, I am, thank you. Yes. Good. So this is the final outturn position for the Directorate of Place. At the end of the year, the Directorate overspent by £803,000. For the Culture portfolio, the overspend was £234,000, and this mainly related to the market service. There are no general reserves held by the Directorate. The key financial findings can be found on page 3, and service-specific findings can be found in Appendix A. The Executive Cabinet Member is asked to note the report and to approve the recommendations in section 11. I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, before we approve the documentation, can I ask, is there any questions that are arising for this matter for Janet, please? Hilary, Councillor Fairclough, please.
Thank you. I just wondered, you know, what were the main reasons for the overspend at the market? Was there anything in particular that had led to that sort of? Oh, it's quite a big overspend, isn't it?
Yes, it was around. Sorry, Chair, is it okay if I take the question?
Absolutely, yeah. Please.
Okay, it was around the income. So it was bringing in income because of the development, and also because we had some support around COVID and we weren't able to chase the debt towards the end of last year. So we're actively chasing that. So I anticipate that should come down in this financial year.
Okay, thanks for that.
Okay, and then we've got another, did I see a hand go up? Councillor Vivas, please.
Yeah, it's just a comment really. I mean, the overspend, am I right in thinking the overspend was made up from monies from the reserves?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always concerning when we're dipping into reserves, and I'd like to, I'd be interested in over time how much those reserves are declining.
If I could just draw your attention to Appendix, just give me a second while I find it. They're actually within the report.
Right, okay.
Appendix D.
Okay, thank you for that. And if it's there, I'll have a look at it. Thank you.
Yeah, they're in the report.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else indicating any comments? So we're recommended to approve. decision as set out? Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, Vicky, are we okay with that point?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to move it on to the next agenda item, which is, again, Janet, the budget report, agenda item 324 to 25. And again, documentation was circulated. So if you want to go on that, please.
Thank you very much. So this is a strategic budget report for 24-25 for the Directorate of Place. The report's the final stage of the corporate business planning process for 24-25. In section 6, the report contains fees and charges that are outside the 2% that was agreed in council in February for the budget report. The executive cabinet member is asked to note the report and approve the recommendations in section 8. However, can I just point out that there is an error with one of the figures. So the capital programme for 24-25 is actually 49.2 million and not 54.4 million, which is in the report. And I'm happy to take any questions.
Okay, Vicky, can you just amend that and make sure for clarity everybody's confirmed that they've confirmed Janet's figures that have been sent out, yeah?
That would be minutes. Yeah.
Thank you. Any questions around that before we approve the documentation and report? No indication of hands, Vicky, yeah? If you're not seeing any, that's fine. Thank you, Janet. So we're going to go to item number 4, Director of Corporate Resources Finance Report 2023 to 2024. Final outturn. Again, documentation and reports were circulated. So again, Janet, over to yourself, please.
Yes, thank you very much. So this is the final outturn report for the Directorate of Corporate Resources. At the end of the year, the Directorate underspent by £54,000. For this portfolio, for the culture portfolio, it was £72,000 overspent. There's no general reserves held by the Directorate. The key financial findings can be found on page 3, and the service-specific findings can be found on Appendix A. The Executive Cabinet member is asked to note the report and to approve the recommendations in section 11. I'm happy to take any questions. Sorry.
Any questions, colleagues? Councillor Fairclough?
Sorry, well, it's the same question, really, isn't it? What's what do we spend the extra 72,000 on as an overspend?
Yeah, just give me 1 second.
Sorry.
It was I've just got all 4 reports open, so just let me get back to the report. Should be in Appendix A. So it was mainly the Albert Halls. There's an overspend of £131,000.
Right, but we don't know exactly what. I mean, it's rather a big thing. It's a bit vague, isn't it? You know, the Albert Halls, was it?
A lot of it was around income. They didn't bring in the level of income that was required to meet the expenditure for the service.
Right, okay.
But I can, if you want me to just send you a couple of highlights, I can do that separately.
That'd be great. I mean,
everybody.
yeah, anytime. It's just that obviously the Albert Halls will cover quite a lot of different things, doesn't it? And it would be interesting to narrow it down to what things are, if you like, costing us money, and what we're making hopefully some sort of profit, if not breaking even. Thanks for that, Janet.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Vicky, please, can we note that and circulate it to all the wider members as well, please, Janet? Yeah?
Yeah, that's great.
So if there's no more questions, I would ask for the recommendations to be approved as noted on the papers. Yep, Vicky, is that okay? Yep. Sorted. Fine. So we'll now move on to the last agenda item. If you just bear with me, I'm just flicking through screens and agenda items. So number 5, Director of Corporate Resources Budget Report 24 to 25. Again, to colleagues, report has been distributed and circulated. Janet, over to yourself, please.
Thank you very much. So this is the strategic budget report for 24-25 for the Directorate of Corporate Resources. This report's the final stage of the corporate business planning process for 24-25. The Executive Cabinet member is asked to note the report and to approve the recommendations in section 10. I'm happy to take any questions.
Again, councillors, any questions? Okay, on that basis, Vicky, there's no hands showing or indicating. I look to ask to approve and recommend the recommendations that have been set out.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that takes me up to Vicky, completion. Is that correct? Do we need to cover any other business? Excellent. So thank you very much for your participation, and we'll close the meeting down, and have a good evening, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.